Andrew?
Jaylen Withers got to play against his old
pretty
team.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty good tonight. Huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good tonight. He was more than pretty good. I just thought his activity on the defensive end, his athleticism, being able to guard multiple players, rebounding the basketball, just rebounds that only he could get. On the offensive end, the way that he cut off the ball and was able to score around the basket, get to the free throw line, make free throws. You know, we just don't win this game without Jay Witt. He was fantastic, and we needed him to have his best game of the season, and I'm just really happy and I'm really proud of him.
One thing real quick, it's 11:43, it's late, you're gonna get them again on Friday, so we can get the questions as much as we can about tonight's game and keep big picture stuff for Friday. Thank you, continue, Andrew.
Yeah, in the second half, they made that 24-9 run, and
Yeah.
RJ said, I said, what happened with, got to 55-50? He said, well, it got to 55-50. And they kind of, the team woke up and just kind of put it on. What did you see from your vantage point? What happened when it got to 55-50? And how did it get to 55-50?
Well, I know how it got to 55-50. We weren't playing any defense. We were in the huddle. I told them, I said, they're shooting 90% from the field. I said, it's hard to do that by yourself in the gym, like nobody guarding you. I said, this is the reason why they're in this position, is because our lack of commitment on the defensive end. I said, if you want things to change, then we're gonna have to defend. We're gonna defend without fouling. We're gonna have to rebound the basketball. But one of the things that I always tell the team is, you know, whether something good or bad happens, the only thing you really have control over is how you react and how you respond. And so when they cut it to 5, I loved how we reacted and how we responded. We got stops. We didn't put them on the free throw line. We rebounded the basketball. We got good shots on the offensive end, got to the free throw line, got into the penalty, and we played the type of basketball that got us the 18-point lead in the first half, and then we were able to extend the lead and come away with the win.
Kind of going back to obviously the impact that Jaylen Withers had. There was a stretch he had, you know, the layup, and I think he had like the and one or whatever. How did you kind of see things, you know, change after that point? Because the game was kind of still, I think it was still within single digits.
No, you know, he was just terrific tonight in every area on both ends of the floor. I mean, it's just, you know, one of the things for Jay Witt is, you know, he brings things to our team that nobody else on the team can do. He just has size and athleticism. Some of the plays that he made, we just don't have anybody else on the team that can make those type of plays. And so, you know, we needed him tonight. Louisville is you know, they've got a big team. They're very athletic. And when we have Jay Witt out there, you know, that helps us be more athletic, and we needed it tonight.
Hubert, there's some similarities between yourself and Kenny Payne and taking over your alma mater in the first 2 years. Is there anything in this third year for you that's more comfortable being in this head coaching role? Something that maybe you weren't doing the first 2 years that you kind of needed that to grow into for this third year?
No, I mean, I think pretty much anything that you do, the more that you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. I mean, it's, you know, I love working with kids. I love this school. I love the opportunity to be in a position to help these kids be the best that they can be on the court and off the court and in the classroom. And it's something that I've enjoyed, whether I've been an assistant coach or head coach. But I think there's always growth in anything that you do, and you become more comfortable at it in terms of ways to get better. I've always said that the best place to be is in a position of listening and learning, and I've been that way for 2.5 years. And whether it's a player, an announcer, or an assistant coach, or a head coach, I've never felt like I've arrived or I've been there. I feel like I can always grow and learn, and I'm in that position right now, just continuing to grow as a head coach.
Hubert, I think it was 4 straight threes for Cormac to get started, and they were all catch and shoots. Pretty sure with the passing and the movement, just the subtle, you know, relocating from him. Do you feel like that's just sort of getting better and better as you guys play more and more together? Just
Yeah, I do.
Those little details and things.
No, it is. I agree with you. You know, we always talk about good to great. We always talk about 0.5 mentality on the offensive end. So when you catch the ball, you either shoot, pass, or drive. Don't let it stick. Don't over dribble. In the first half, I just felt like we were really moving the basketball. And then, you know, one of the things is, you know, because of my history of playing, you know, you hit one, let me see if I'm hot. You hit two, throw it to me again, and Cormac hit 3, and I just keep feeding him, and he got into foul trouble, so, you know, we had to put him on a bench in the second half, but we needed his outside jump shots tonight, because when he scores from the outside, that opens up everything for Armando and Elliott and everybody to be able to drive, and he was big for us. And you can see, I mean, he competes on the defensive end. He was terrific.
Armando surpassed Ralph Sampson for fourth all time in the ACC history and rebounding. When you hear him mentioned with the likes of Sampson and Tim Duncan now, you know, who he trailed, I guess what does that kind of reflect about him?
Well, I mean, one, Armando has been really good throughout his career, but I think it also shows consistency. You know, in this time in collegiate sports, specifically college basketball, where maybe the headlines are, you know, declaring for the draft or the transfer portal, or here's a guy that's been at the institution for 5 years and really has soaked every bit of the experience that you can from this place, whether it has been on the court or off the court and in the classroom. And that's not the only place that, you know, Armando has excelled. He's a great student and he has a degree, and I've been thankful and appreciate that I've been his coach for the last 5 years, whether it's been assistant coach or head coach.
Couple more if there are.
We'll see if he has another year. I'm gonna submit something to the NCAA, a COVID year. COVID year. See what I can do. All you can do is ask.
Hubert, have you ever had a conversation with him about these names? I mean, this is like the stratosphere.
No, it is. I have a little bit. It's interesting. You know, these kids, they know LeBron. You know, they know KD. They don't know Ralph Sampson, you know, and it's like, one of the classes I wish they could take is the history of the ACC and just look at, you know, just unbelievable players and coaches that have been a part of this conference. I think Armando understands the significance of what he's doing, but fully in terms of knowing the names that he's passing and how significant that is, I don't think this generation really gets it, you know. I do, because I grew up watching Ralph Sampson and all those guys, and so it's pretty cool.
All good, thank you. We will see you Friday at 2:15. It'll be just Coach Davis, no players.
Appreciate it, Hubert.